install BO in the BO server. From your client, you can install from your client you can install BO client version of the software. In 32-bit operating system. It supports for any kind of operating system. Once you created your operating system, once you installed your client version of the software in the local and server in the server, then you need to ask the administrator to create a user account in the particular server. Once they created user account particular server, from your system, from your client system, you need to go to Start Programs, BO, SAP BI4, Information Designer, and enter your username password. That time from your client to you are connecting with the server. Once you connected your server, if you want to create a new universe in R4, what you need to do is, first you need to create a project. Step 1, you need to create a project. If you want to create a project, you need to go to File, New. There you have a project. Give the project name. I'm just giving project name as sample 15. Then click on Finish. It will create a project name called as a sample 15 here. That time it will create a Then you need to create a connections for this project. If you want to create a connections for this project, just right click on that project. There you have a relational connections. For example, if you want to take data for this project from relational data warehouse, you need to create a relational connections. If you want to take data from OLAP cubes like SAP InfoCube, SAP Bex Core, all, you need to take OLAP connections. Anyway, now I want to create on eFashion and Club. Both are relational data warehouses. So I want to create a connection for that. Click on relational connection. When you click on relational connection, it will take you into the connection wizard. There you need to enter your connection name. I'm just creating a connection name called as sample 16. Click on next, and my eFashion data warehouse is executing. My eFashion data warehouse is executing on Microsoft Access. That's why I'm selecting Microsoft Access as drivers, ODBC drivers. Click on next. Then you need to select that particular data warehouse here. And username you need to select your and you need to enter your username password for that particular data warehouse. If it is responding, please click on test connection. If it is responding, click on close, click on next, and as well as click on next, click on finish. It will create a one connection now. It's initializing connection. Connect initialize. Yes, it created the connection. And if you want to create a one more connection, please go to again same project, right click, new relational connection, give the name of the connection, click on next. Then you need to select the particular database. Now I have a database on Access. That's why I'm selecting Access drivers. Then you need to enter username, password for that particular database. I'm connecting club now. The club database username, password you need to enter here. Then test the connection. Here you need to select the database. I'm selecting club. Test the connection. That means whatever the username, password I entered here is for the data warehouse, whatever you selected here. I selected in the data warehouse name as club. Whatever the username, password I entered here is for connecting with the club. Click on next, click on finish. Yes, you are done. You created two connections. Then later, please publish these connections into repository so that the connections will be exported to the server. First time you need to connect to the server. We are going to publish with the Raven server. Now I am connecting with the Raven server. Once you connected, then click on finish. Then this connection will be uploaded and created the shortcut connection, and as well as 17 also you need to publish to the repository. Click on next, click on finish. That means whatever the two connections you created, the two you have created, whatever the connections you created, that will be now there in the repository. That means that will be there in the server, as well as it created the shortcut connections in the local to communicate with that secure connections whatever you published. First you created connection, that connections you exported to that connections anyway you exported to the server. That time it will convert that connection as a secure connection. Once it converted as a secure connection, if you want to communicate with the secure connection, you need to create a shortcut connection for that. So that way once we published, it will create a shortcut connection in the local folder. Means this project they call as a local project. Whatever the connections you created here is, that is secure. This shortcut connection will always talk with this secure connection. It's a shortcut for that secure connection, so that the shortcut you can use for the project. Okay, anyway, leave about that we'll discuss later. Don't worry, that is very easy. Okay, anyway, now you created project and you created two connections. Now very next step is, you need to import a tables and you need to create a joins. If you want to import a tables and if you want to create a joins in BO in R4, what you need to do is you need to create a data foundation. But in R3, when you click file comma new, it will ask you to enter the universe name, then you define the connection, then you need to click on next, finish, so that it will take you into the structure pane and classes and objects pane. Structure pane is to import the tables and define the joins, but in R4 you won't get directly structure pane. If you want to get a structure pane, you need to define a data foundation. If you want to define a data foundation, that data foundation you need to associate with the project. Now I am going to define a data foundation for a project name called as sample 15. Right click on sample 15, new, there you have a data foundation. Click on data foundation and give the name of the data foundation. I am giving name of the data foundation as sample 15. Click on next, and if you want to take a tables, if you want to import tables into the data foundation from different data sources, that means if you want to take for multiple data source, please select multi-source enabled. If you want to take only from single data source, that time you need to select single source. Anyway, now I want to take from multi-source enabled. I just enable multi-source enabled. Click on next. Click on next. Then if you want to take a data for these two connections, sample 16 and sample 17, then that means I want to talk only two data sources. One is eFashion by using sample 16. Second one is club with the sample 16. Sorry, sample 17. Sample 16 and sample 17. So the two connections I have added for this data foundation. Then click on next. Click on finish. Then it will take you into the structure pane. That is for importing tables. From where you can import the tables, the reason is you have added two connections. Connection 1 is for eFashion, connection 2 is for club, so that you can import the tables from eFashion or club. eFashion or club. Okay, that's fine. Then very next step, you need to import the tables. How many ways you can import the tables in the data foundation? One way, right click, go to insert tables. Second way is you need to go to here, there you have insert tables. And third way is expand your connection. Expand your connection. There itself you can see the tables. You can drag and drop. If you want article lookup, please drag and drop article lookup. Or you can right click here, insert tables. Then you need to expand your particular connection. That time it will display the tables available in that particular source. Then click on finish. You can import the table. Or go to insert, tables, expand, then there you can see the tables. I want a soft fact, product promotion facts. Click on finish. That's all, you imported your all tables. Okay, if you want to move the tables across this structure, still you can move. If you want to move the tables across the structure, just select the particular table, then drag and drop into somewhere, it will move. If you want, you can move with the control and right arrow or down arrow. So that is a way you can move your tables. Okay. Anyway, you imported the tables. Sometimes when you double click on the table in the R3, it will automatically convert to icon, but here it won't convert as icon. You need to right click. There, if you want to see the data for column values, you can see the data for column values. Anyway, that is fine. You imported the tables. That means till now you define the parameters. That means you define your connections for your data foundation, as well as you imported the tables. Very next step is you need to make a joins. If you want to make a joins, first you need to know about the joins. What is join and how many kind of joins you have in BO, and when and why and how you are using that join. That is very important. That is very important. In BO, we have 8 kind of joins. Total we have 8 kind of joins. Yesterday we talked about few joins. Today I just want to repeat. I just want to recap in few minutes. Then we'll go ahead for other joins. Okay. Yesterday we talked about equi-join. Next, you talked about left outer join, and we talked about right outer join, and we talked about full outer join, and later we will discuss theta join, shortcut join, self-restricting join, complex join. Okay, let me start my PowerPoint presentation. There I'll explain your joins. Number 1, equi-join. What is join? First of all, what is join? A join is a matching condition between two tables with the matching columns. A join is a matching condition between two tables with the matching columns. Then very next step, why you need a join? Basically the join is to take matching data between two tables. For example, you have a different data in the different tables. If you want to take same matching data from two tables, that I need to go for the joins. Basically joins will restrict number of records while executing a query. When you execute a query on two tables without join, that time you'll get a n into n number of records. You'll get n into n number of records. But when you make a join between two tables, that time what the query will do, it will take one value from left side table, it will compare with all values in the right side table, only it will fetch matching results between left side table and the right side table. In that process you will get a less number of records. For example, you have an employee table. There you have an employee number, employee name. You have a department table. There you have a employee number, department name. Employee table, employee number is a primary key. Department table, employee number is a foreign key. The reason is one employee might sometimes maybe work for multiple departments. That's why employee number will be repeated multiple times for multiple departments. So that's why that is a foreign key in the department table. If you want to get employee names, their respective department names. For example, For example, you have a tables called as EN row, E name, and the second table you have DNO, D name, ENO. Here ENO is the primary key. Here the ENO is the foreign key. DNO is the primary key here. Okay. Now, when you talk about these tables, this is your second table. Yes, you have two tables. In table 1, you have a number 1 name called as XYZ. Table 1 same, you have a employee number 2 name ABC, 3 employee number 3 DEF, employee number 4 FGH, and you have a DNO, D1, department 1, department 2, department 3, and department 4, and D name, Dev department, HR, this one is HR department, and department name might be F&S, department, and this one is department 4, that is your account, finance department. Employee number 1 is working for development department, employee number 4 is working for HR, employee number 2 is working for F&S, employee number 3 is working for this account department. Then my customer is asking, they want a table like this, they want a table like E name, they want a table like E name, D name, they want a table like E name, D name, and that table they want a data from, they want a report like this. This is your report. In the report they want E name comma D name, E name comma D name. Can you explain me how you get E name comma D name here? From these two tables, you need to select E name from the left side table, and you need to select respective department name from the right side table, that you have to display in the report. Then tell me how you display this.
Unmuted.
Anyone? Shiva sir. See, here you have two tables. I want a report. In the report I am going to display E name, D name.
Stunning innings against the West Indies.
Sorry?
Beat the previous record of 200.
Hello?
209.
Can you hear me?
And 49 balls.
Someone is talking there.
I think someone is talking. Can you explain me, sir, how you get E name, D name here?
Actually, it is select
E
name comma D name from employee table comma department table where
employee.envo equals to department.envo.
Employee dot
envo equals to sorry?
Yeah, employee dot employee number equals to
department.employee number.
Yeah, department dot employee number, correct.
Okay, good. You know, that's why I told you, if you want to write a query, any two tables, you need not to think about that, you need not to waste your time. Simply you can understand. If you want to take a data from two tables, you know, close your eyes, first see how many matching columns you have in between the two tables. You have two matching columns in these two tables. Here you have an employee number in the first table, you have employee number in the second table. Sometimes in the second table it will present like this. D5 is the department, and D5 is the department, and department may be security department, and employee number again working for employee number 2 is working for security department also. 4 hours he is working for F&S and 4 hours he is working for security department. That time when you see your employee number is repeated 2 times, that means you have a duplicate. That time it's a foreign key. There is a chance one employee
Muted.
work for multiple departments based on the requirement. Okay, now your requirement is you want to select ename comma dname, employee name comma department name. That means first you need to select employee name 1 in the left side table, and you need to search for that employee where he is working, but unfortunately that employee name is not presented in the second table. That time what you need to do is you are writing a query for selecting ename comma dname. You need to write a query called as select, that means pick up, select ename comma dname from EMP, that means EMP table, comma DEPT, that means department table, second table. On what basis you are selecting? The selection is purely based on matching column there in 2 tables. This time you need to write where EMP dot ENO equal to DEPT dot ENO. This time how the system will execute, that is what I am trying to explain. Everyone knows you are taking the data based on the matching columns, but here I want to explain there is a 3 referential integrity steps. Number 1, if you want to take a matching data between 2 tables, the 2 tables must have at least one common column. That column must be one column must be primary in one table, other column must be a foreign key in other table. Yes, now anyway I have seen the employee table have employee number, department table have employee number. Employee number in the employee table is a primary key, department table employee number is a foreign key. The reason is employee number 2 is presented 2 times in the department table. If it is that column contains a duplicates, that we call as a foreign key. If that column contains only unique and not null, that we call as the primary key. Anyway, you have this. Now you are trying to create a join here. If you want to create a join here, then how the system will execute? First, whatever the query will execute, the query will be executed from the where class of the SQL query. That means first it will go to the employee table ENO, that means first employee number. Then it will go and check each and every employee of right side. But when you see here, you have a 1, 4, 2, 3, 2. Here only one is matching, that is 1. That time what the system will do, with the help of this employee number, this and this is matching. So with the help of this, it will select employee name. For employee number 1, employee name is XYZ. It will write here XYZ, and employee number 1 department is Dev. Then it will go to second. It will compare each and every record of the right side table. There it identified two matching records. That time what it will do? It will check second employee name ABC. It will write ABC here, and second employee department name F&S. Then it will go to the second record. Third is not matching. Then it will go to last record. 2 is matching. Here second employee name is again ABC from the left side table. Right side table, this second employee department is security. It will go security. Then it will go to third. in the left side table, it will go to first record, not matching. That time the query will not go to the select class. Again it will go to the second record. 3 equals to 4 is not matching. It won't go to the select class. 3 equals to 2 is not matching. It won't go to the select class. Then 3 equals to 3 is matching. This time it will select. It will go to the select class. It will select employee name for that third employee. Name is DEF. And as it will select the department name for third employee, ACC, account. Then it will go to the fourth. It will start execution from first, not matching, and 4 equals to 4 is matching. Then it will select the name of that employee, FGH, and department name for that employee is HR. That is the way it will select. Then it will go to the third record, not matching. Fourth record, not matching. Fifth record, not matching. So that is the way it will select. This kind of join we call as the equi-join. This kind of join we call as the equi-join. Now when you see R universe, we have an article label, we have a soft fact, we have a calendar year lookup, we have a product promotion fact. In the article lookup I have article ID, article label. Soft fact I have article ID and as well as amount sold. My requirement is I want to create a report. There I want to see article label as well as amount sold. This time what you need to do is you need to search for the common columns between these two tables as well as the primary and foreign key of these two tables. Now when you see these two tables, you have article ID here, you have article ID here. So very next step is you need to check whether it's a primary key or foreign key. If you want to check primary key or foreign key in the article lookup, just right click on article lookup. There you can see show column value. When you click on show column value, it will try to display the column values for that. It will display the column values for the table 1 article label. It shows you have a 15, and when you click distinct values, this time it will give a number. If it give a number 1 means all values, that time that value will be presented in one time. If it give 2, that time you can understand the value will be presented in multiple times, so that it will get, that will be a duplicate. It's taking time. See, all ones count equals to ones. That means this value is presented only one time. This also presented in one time. That means you don't have any duplicates. When you see here, all you have a ones. One means all records are presented, all values are presented one time. So fine. That means it's a primary key. Second, soft fact article ID. Right click. Show column values. It will display the column values for the article ID there in the soft fact. Now I am trying to check whether it's a primary or foreign key. Then it will take you into the values. Click on distinct values. It's taking time. See now, here this value is presented 86 times. This value is presented 52 times. This value is duplicated 30 times. This is also duplicated 11 times. This is 5 times. This is 3 times. That means you have a duplicates. If it is displaying a duplicates, that we call as a foreign key. That means article lookup article ID is a primary key. Soft fact article ID is a foreign key. So comfortably you can create a join now. You have a matching column between two tables and you have a primary key and foreign key. So comfortably you can create a join. The conditions you need to first check for creating a join. Yes, if you want to create a join, how you can create join? One way is just take article lookup article ID and drag and drop into soft fact article ID, it will create a join. Other way is remove the join. If you want to remove the join, Just select the join line, click on delete. Okay, if you want to create a join, other join, go to plus, there you have a insert join, then select article lookup in the left side pane, then select article ID here. In the right side you need to select soft fact, there you can select article ID, then here you need to select operator. Now you selected operator called as equal to, click on detect, click on detect, it will set cardinality 1 comma n. 1 means primary key is there in article lookup, n means you have a multiple duplicates for article ID in the soft fact, that we call as a foreign key. Click on OK. It will create a join. Once it created the join, and very next step for us is, I want to take year also. Now I'm selecting article label, the respective amount sold, and as well as if you want to select a week number, sorry, if you want to select a year from calendar year lookup, you have year here, and you need to create a join between either article lookup, calendar year lookup, or soft fact calendar year lookup. See the common columns. See the common columns. But article lookup and calendar year lookup, you don't have a common column. But there is a common column between soft fact and calendar year lookup. That is, here you have a week ID. In calendar year lookup also you have a week ID. Just create a join between this week ID and this week ID. Double click on join line. It will, it will be in the join browser now. Click on detect. It will set a cardinality between that. It shows calendar year lookup week ID is the primary key, soft fact week ID is the foreign key, and you can easily identify primary foreign keys. Always primary keys must be in the first column, foreign keys always must be in the second or third column. When you see your article ID is presented in first, but when you see article ID in the soft fact, that will be second column. When you see week ID is the first column, but when you see week ID in the soft fact is the third or fourth column. That's why week ID presented in the first, that's why it's a primary key in the calendar lookup. Article ID presented in the first, that's why it's a primary key in the article lookup. Okay, that's fine, you have done this. You can create this. This will satisfy your first requirement. I told you I have two requirements. Requirement number 2, okay, that we'll discuss later. We'll execute our requirements later. Now you created the equijoin. I explained about the joins between joins there in Vivo. First join called as the equijoin. Equijoin is a matching condition between two tables with the matching columns. The equijoin will fetch only the records which are presented in both the tables. For example, if you want to select a one article label, that article label article ID must be exist in the soft fact article ID. For example, you are selecting article label as 5800D and article ID for that article label is 1. That 1 must be presented in the soft fact. If that 1 is presented, then you can take that 1 amount sold, that is your article label 5800D amount sold. That means when you create an equijoin between two tables, always it will fetch the results if it is presented in both the tables, that is equijoin. Okay. Very next step. Sometimes customer will ask us to fetch all values from left side, only matching values from right side, and null values from right side. Sometimes customer will ask us, I want to take one small example. I want to explain that left outer join. For example, you have a employee number and the next table is e-name and the second table is PNO, project number, project name, PNO, employee number. My customer is asking to display, I have employees 1, 2, 3, their name is ABC, DEF, XYZ. In my project table I have a P1, P1, P2, P3 and project name is, I have Acer, AstraZeneca, Pfizer, Pfizer, P&G, Procter and Gamble. ENO3 is allocated for Acer, and ENO2 is allocated for this project, but the P&G is empty, no one is allocated. Now my customer is asking to display e-name, they respect to project name. When you apply equigen, tell me what results you'll get here.
Unmuted.
John sir, are you there? Hello? John sir, are you sleeping? Viswa, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Can you explain what values you will get here?
Yes,
My
sir.
requirement is, I want to take e-name comma p-name. I have applied equigen between these two tables. Then tell me what results you will get here.
And
I applied equigen, what results you will get here.
yeah, employee name XYZ. Project name is
the executions. How it will execute? It will take what? ENO first here.
yeah ENO first. It will check the employee number in the project table.
You have any ENO here?
ENO number 1 is not available there.
Okay, then.
So it will go to the next. Sir?
It will be reflected in the result set or not?
No, because it is equijoin, it does not reflect in the result set, sir.
Okay, then tell me. Next.
It
how
doesn't
will
show the
execute?
null values. So that is why it will again set
then it
for
will
the
go-
employee number 2.
Okay, employee number 1 is presented in one table, not presented in the second table.
Second table.
So equigen only fetches the results if that employee number is presented in both the tables.
Yes.
Okay, it is not presented in the both the tables, so you won't get in the result set.
Result set.
Okay, done.
Okay.
Second.
Then again second. So number 2 is presented in the second table.
Okay.
So it fetches
Now
in
tell
the
me
result
what you
table.
get here.
DEF.
Then check the e-name for second employee number. What is the e-name for second employee number?
DEF.
DEF.
And the project
Okay,
name
you
is
get
Pfizer.
it. What is the project name for this second employee here?
Pfizer.
Pfizer. Good. Done.
Okay.
Then go to what? Third.
Third.
And see how many thirds you have, how many number of employees you have in the 3, with the number 3 in the right side.
Only one.
1. What is the name of that employee?
XYZ.
Okay, XYZ will be presented here.
Okay.
And what about the project name here?
Pfizer.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
AstraZeneca. Okay. Okay. Done. But my customer is asking, no, boss. Only you are displaying what you call as matching results. But I want to show. You want to show all the employees their respective projects. If that employee is not allocated for any project, please display as a blank in the project name, but still display all employees in the results. That time how you do?
Then we
Tell
need
me how you do. Now my requirement is, in the result set I want to show all employees, respective projects. If the employee is not allocated for any project, still I want to show that as a null. That is my requirement. How you show that?
we should create a left outer join then.
Exactly. If you create a left outer join, how it will execute? Tell me how it will execute. What it will do, you know?
Yeah.
By default, it will copy all employee names. It will display all employee names in the result set. Agree?
Okay.
Then it will check the employee number for ABC. What is the employee number for ABC?
1.
1. It will go to the right side. You have any 1?
No.
That time it will give what?
Blank.
Null.
Null.
Then it will go to the second employee. What is employee number for second employee? 2. It will say 2 is presented here. What is the project name for that?
Pfizer.
Pfizer. And go to third. What is the employee number for that? 3.
3.
It will check 3 will be there here. It will give Acer. How many records you got now in Result set.
3.
Total how many? 3.
3 rows.
That is what left outer join.
Okay.
Join will fetch only the matching results. Left outer join will fetch all values from left side. That means all employee names from left side, but right side you are displaying only the matching projects which is allocated for that employee. And if the employee is not allocated for any project, you are displaying what? Null.
Null.
So that my customer can understand, oh, ABC is not working, ABC is in the bench, I need to concentrate on ABC, I want to find out a project for ABC. That is what my resource manager will do in the real time.
And
We are
what?
done. Okay.
Okay.
The next, I have a requirement. I am asking you to display like this. The name, employee name, display all projects, the respective employees. If the project is not allocated any employee, still you have to show that as a blank in employee name. Tell me how you do that.
So first,
The question you understand?
yes,
I
all the
want to
projects
display
will
all
be
projects.
shown in the project name.
Respective employees. If the project PNG they don't have any employees, still you want to show that as a null.
Okay. All the project names will be shown in the project name column.
Yes, what join you want to create there?
So we are checking from right side to left side, and I
That's why you
think
need to create what join?
right outer join.
Exactly, you created right outer join. That time what it will do, you know, it will copy all project names in the result. It will display all project names and will check the employee numbers. Yes, allocated 3 for this. What is the name of 3? XYZ. 2. What is the 2?
DEF.
What is the name of second employee in the left side table? What is the name of that?
DEF.
DF. Then what about this project? It will display what?
It will display
Null.
null.
Okay, this is what?
Right outer join.
Exactly. If you display order, if you change the order, that time will be blank in the what? Blank you are getting from which table? Left side table, right?
Yes.
E-name is from left side table. You are getting blank from left side table. That's why it is a right outer, nothing is there. Full outer is, sorry, left outer is all values from left side table, matching values from right side table, and for unmatching, that means PNG, there is no employee number for PNG in the left. That time you are getting what? Null from e-name.
Okay.
Left outer, quite opposite to the right outer. All values from left, only matching values from right. If it is there is for unmatching, we get what? Nulls. That is your left and right. What is there with that? Nothing is there. If you want to make a left outer in the universe, now I am asking you, I want all the article labels respect to amount sold. If the article label is not presented in the soft fact, still I want to show that article label in my results. And tell me what join you will create here. This is a question for you.
Sir.
The question is very clear. I want to display all article labels from left side table.
Okay.
And respect to amount sold. If the particular article ID is still not presented in the soft fact, I want to show that amount, that article label with the blank. Then what join you need to create here?
Left outer join.
And tell me how you create left outer join. I don't have any join. I'm asking you to create a left outer. Please create. I'll give a control. Yes, I give a control. Please take a control. You have control? Yes. I need to enable what checkbox?
This outer join.
Exactly. The thing is, why you are selecting this checkbox, not that checkbox?
Yeah, because we are taking the left outer join, so that is why we are taking the left one.
Yeah, the thing is you are seeing screen in the opposite direction, not in the this direction. That's why you need to, in the BO, left outer is looks like a right outer looks a left outer. It's a quite opposite direction. The thing is the view you are seeing in opposite. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. That's all you get. This is the way.
Okay.
Then right outer, if they ask, you need to enable left side checkbox. The reason is you are seeing screen in the opposite direction, not in the reverse. The time when you see in the back side to the screen, article lookup will be presented this side, soft fact will be presented that side.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, you created this. This is a way. Outer means outer circle will be applied for the soft fact. This time all the good Vishwa. So
Okay.
that is a way. Nothing is there. I explained that in the yesterday.
Okay, sir.
Okay, are you
Okay.
clear now?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. Now, very next. The question is for John. John sir is not there. I hope he is sleeping. John sir, are you there? E name, P name. I want all employees, all projects. If employee is not allocated for any project, you have to show null. If project is not allocated for any employee, if project is not having any employee, you have to show that project and employee name for that project is null. Then tell me that time what you do. I am asking you to take all employee names, all project names, they respect to, for employees they respect to project names, for projects they respect to employee names. If employee is not allocated for any project, you have to show null from right side. If project is not having any employee, you have to show null from employee table. That time what join will apply. Tell me this question also for you, Pushpa. Hello?
Sir.
So my question is, I want to display all employee names, all project names. Later I need to check if the employee is allocated for any project, you need to show that project name. If that employee is not allocated for any project, you need to show null. Then projects you need to check against the employee table. If the project having employee, that employee name you have to show that record. Otherwise, if they don't have any employee, then you need to show as a null.
Then
Tell me
only
what join.
only two projects will be shown in the result pane, sir.
Yeah, in the result pane, I want to show all employees, all projects, null values from employee table, null values from project table. No,
Yeah.
this is left outer, all from left, null from right.
Yes, sir.
What is right outer? All from right, null from left.
Left.
Combination of two, what is that?
Full outer, yeah.
Yes, if you apply full outer join, how it will execute, you know? It will take first ABC.
ABC.
You know, it will take all employees, it will start the execution from left.
Okay.
You copy all employees here.
And then it will.
Then it will go to the matching. What is employee number 1? Is there any employee number 1 here?
No.
No? And you do what?
Null.
Null. Then go to second. It will check second. Second is there. What is the project name here? Tell me what is the project name for second?
Pfizer.
Pfizer, right?
Pfizer.
Third. It will check third here. Yes. What is the
Yes, sir.
project name for that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. First is not presented, so that I am displaying the project name as null.
Null.
Yes, you presented Pfizer and Acer. Right side also you need all. Then what is not displayed in the right side? PNG, right?
PNG.
It will take PNG. Is there any employee for that?
No.
It will display null.
Okay.
That means all in the left,
Yes, all in the
all
right.
in the right.
Right.
Null values from right.
Null
values from what?
Left.
This is your full outer. Nothing is there. See, I have shown the results. I have seen how displayed the difference between left, right, full outer.
Okay.
There is a way you need to execute. That is a way you need to present in the interview.
Okay.
Otherwise, you won't get a job. No use. No use. You know, the class is not for me. The class is for you.